that jumping out the sky? Well, it's R-E-Y Mysterio, Rey Mysterio Jakks Ruthless Aggression unboxing and review. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Jakks Ruthless Aggression style unboxing and review. We've got a lot of these to do on the channel, and I like to sprinkle these in every, couple of weeks or so. If, there's only going to be so many unboxings of these. Is really, I found every single one I need. I have them in boxes. I have about, 75 to 100 left to unbox. We got to make it last. I don't want to do them all right away, so I figured today, perfect time to do another one, and I grabbed two Rey Mysterios out of my boxes of Jakks things to unbox that will go in my loose collection. As you guys are fully aware, Rey Mysterio, one of the darlings of the Ruthless Aggression era. I've got to say, him or Cena, I should really do the math and take a look one day, but it's either him or Cena, I'm pretty sure it's actually Rey, had the most Jakks Ruthless Aggression figures. Just an obscene amount of figures out there, but guess what? He is toyetic, as they say in the business. He is one of those characters that kids love, adult collectors love. He really covers a lot of bases, and you guys know what I always say on the channel. Tattoos, little figures, and a mask, that sell. People want those kind of things. I'm no different. You're probably no different as well. And Rey Mysterio, one of the most popular superstars of all time. Like I said, kids love him, adults love him, and everybody in between. So it's a perfect fit for old Rey Mysterio to be in this collection. So we're going to do it like we normally do it. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We'll see where it goes from there. We're going to start off with this Rey Mysterio, one of my all-time favorite Rey Mysterios. I never had this back in the day. I didn't have most of these Jakks. I was a picker and chooser. I was all in classic superstars, and I picked and chose my Ruthless Aggression, as you guys know. But a couple years ago, I said, I'm going all in. I'm going to get a complete collection. I'm going to hunt every single one of these down. Had a vision, had a goal, saw it through. There you go. But Rey Mysterio, I always liked this one from a distance. I always said something about all blacked out figures looks really great to me. The black mask, the black pants, really pops. Then you put the white gloves on him here. Just looks really good from where I'm sitting and probably where you're sitting as well. So let's do it. Let's take a look at the packaging on this Rey. This Rey is actually one of the harder to get Rey Mysterios. For whatever reason, if you look on eBay, this one is usually a little bit more pricey. This is a Ruthless Aggression Series 38. I don't know. I don't know why this one holds its value over others. I think it just looks good, and we'll get into that when we unbox it here shortly. But there he is on the package. You got Rey up top, looming over the figure. You got Ruthless Aggression Series 38. You got Rey there. He's got his chair. There's a story that goes with that chair. I don't know if you knew that, but we'll investigate that chair story once we get out of the package here. WWE logo there. For everybody that cries about the certified authentic seal on the Mattel Elites, well, look no different. Back in the day, they had the same kind of thing. Some revisionist eyes out there sometimes that forget the past. And they always say, if you forget the past, hey, you're doomed to repeat it. And I think we see a lot of that in collecting a lot over the years. Rey Mysterio down below here. Includes one figure set. It says World Wrestling Entertainment Series 38, ages 8 and up. Like I said, I really do like the packaging on this. This is one of my favorite eras of the Ruthless Aggression packaging. And on the back, we're promoting, and Jakks was the best. They promoted all day long, and that's what a toy company needs to do. Promote, promote, promote. Give you a goal, let you know what to search for. Give this to Grandpa and Grandma. Give the back of the package. Say, this is what I want on my list. That's Toys 101 if you ask me. UPC down here, some cross sells, warnings, all that kind of fun stuff as well. We're promoting the rest of Series 38, Brian Kendrick, a very strong Brian Kendrick with the soft goods jacket. That's a sleeper figure. John Cena, that one was always a little iffy. Hornswoggle figure, always awesome. We love little figures, even the littlest figures out there. And Hornswoggle, pricier figures, and you can really smoke and mirrors that in with your Mattel if you'd like to as well, even though he does have Mattel figures, Hornswoggle. Batista, a sleeper Batista figure there. This is a very good set, Series 38, as I'm looking at it here. And then that Jesse figure, I love a lot. We unboxed that on the channel not too long ago. That Jesse figure is a slam dunk. They really nailed that figure. I don't think we'll ever get a Jesse in the Mattel Elites, so that's the best we're going to get. But I think that is a very strong Jesse for those of you guys keeping track at home. Then we're promoting Adrenaline Series 34, one of my favorite Adrenaline sets. You get Finley and Hornswoggle once again. Tommy Dreamer and Joey Styles. That Tommy Dreamer is a sleeper, folks. Get that if you ever can't find that. You need at least one Joey Styles in your collection, in your ECW shelf, even with your Mattel ECWs. Now that I think about it, I almost feel like I need to get an extra Joey Styles to put with my Mattel ECWs for my Mattel ECW shelf. Then you got Bradshaw and Randy Orton, kind of the feud pack. You got the teams. I always like the team packs better in the Adrenaline than the feud ones. I always feel like single wrestlers, we get enough of them in the regular series. But it is what it is. But very good back of the packaging on this one on Series 38. So now we just got to open it. That's what we do here on the channel. So let's unbox old Rey. He's jumping out the sky. REY 619. See you later. I wonder if Dominic played with this back in the day. See you later. Oh, beautiful plastic prison on old Rey there. I love it. Just love this one. I love the white gloves. Really makes this figure pop, I feel. Pop him out there, pop that out. See you later up high. Watch out, Lemmy. Almost hit my boy Lemmy. It's the dangers of the figure unboxing world. Lemmy down there. But we did get a patented black chair here. A beautiful black chair. Very smooth, very glossy. I love this a lot. And there's actually a story that goes with this chair, believe it or not. Maybe I just made this up off the top of my head right now, or maybe this is fact. Somebody can fact check that. But this black chair was gifted to Rey Mysterio. You know, Rey Mysterio has turned into San Diego's favorite son. Many, many moons ago, when Rey was just a little boy and his dad was wrestling, and one of Rey's favorite things to do outside of going to the wrestling matches was he was a huge San Diego Padre in the 80s, especially the earlier 80s. He loved the Padres, like a lot of San Diegoans probably do. Padres, a staple of San Diego. You know, Los Angeles' exotic brother to the south, San Diego. But Rey loved the Padres, and bless him. I love the A's, he loved the Padres. No feud there. There's no A's-Padres feuds like there is A's-Dodgers in my house, at least. Kirk Gibson will never forgive you. But he was gifted this chair at a very young age by Tony Gwynn. Yes, that Tony Gwynn, one of the greatest averages in baseball of all time, baseball Hall of Famer, and Rey was gifted this. And Tony said, you know what, Rey, I see something in you. I think you could be a speedy, almost a Ricky Henderson-esque baseball player if you would stick with the game. And he looked to Tony and said, Tony, I'm going to accept your chair. I thank you for this, but my heart is in the ring. My heart is in Lucha Libre. My heart is in wearing a mask. And someday I'm going to team with my son. That's my goal. And that was in the early 80s. Can you believe that? That's what happened there. So Tony Gwynn gifted him this chair, and Rey carried this with him forever. So very good, very emotional story here. But it is what it is, and that's exactly the story of the chair. I might be a little off on that story, but if somebody knows, they can fact check that and see if it's right or wrong. So there you go, the story of the Rey Mysterio chair. Oh, we got a little stickiness. Oh, we got a sticky mask. Now my thumbprints and my fingerprints are on this mask, so if I ever commit mass murder or something, somebody can get the fingerprints from the weapon, and then they can go to this Rey Mysterio, and case solved. That's what'll happen. But yeah, unfortunately, we got sticky elbow pads. You can even see it like glistening. It looks like a wetted Starburst. Like my kid had a Starburst in their mouth, they spit it out, and you can kind of just see it's sticky, and that's with these elbow pads. So I'm going to try not to touch those elbow pads. Absolutely disgusting. I hate the sticky disease, but it's a thing we deal with as collectors out there, especially of old vintage toys these days. And the mask as well, sticky. So very unfortunate. I do love this Rey Mysterio. This is probably the best version of Rey Mysterio. I always felt the earlier versions, this one had too small of a head. This head is pretty much just right for me. Some might say it's a little bit big, but I think it works very well with this body type for Rey Mysterio. They did later go with that big puffed up Rey Mysterio body. I didn't care for that one a whole lot. I do love the tattoo work on this one. They got the arms all tattooed up, the back all tattooed up. Very cool. I love the kind of surprised look. He's got his contacts in. A very, very strong Mysterio. You got decoration on the side of his pants. You got the 619 here. This is one of those figures that's great, but if you try to buy this loose, you'll see the black and white is always tough to get to stay on figures. You'll see a lot of that white rubbed off in some of the 619, and you can't have that if you're getting this loose. So I had to get this one mint on card, and I love this one. The white and the black, just two colors that are very plain colors, but when you bring them together, they really, truly do pop in my eyes, and that's exactly what this Rey Mysterio figure does. So I can't recommend this strongly enough. The only downside is the sticky disease. If it's new in package, it's going to have the sticky disease. If it's a used loose one, it probably won't have the sticky disease, or at least not to this degree. But there it is, Rey Mysterio, Ruthless Aggression, Series 38. Now we turn our attention to the next Rey Mysterio in our unboxing here. We take a step back. This was from, what year we got on this guy? 2006. Oh, marvelous times, 2006. Old Kyle was just starting his working career. He was fresh out of college, trying to find his way. I was not collecting the Ruthless Aggression line. Outside of a few, I'd pop in and out, but I was all in on the classic superstars. But I do remember these pay-per-view series out there. I really remember these at the KBs and Toys R Us's of the world. I don't really recall these a lot at the Walmarts and Targets. I guess occasionally maybe Kmart's. My memory's a little hazy out there. But these Royal Rumble pay-per-view sets, a nice ancillary set to the Ring Rage, Ruthless Aggression, Treacherous Trios, Adrenalines, exclusives, the pay-per-view series mixed in. Sometimes we would get straight re-releases, sometimes we would get straight pretty easy repaints, and once in a blue moon you'd get a new character. So they would keep you guessing with Jakks. You'd have to keep your eyes on this stuff. And I don't know if anybody was a completist back in the day. It would have been so hard to be a completist to the Jakks line back in the day just because of what they'd cost brand new at the time, plus how much volume they were pumping out. It's very similar to AEW. We talk about it a lot in our weekly purchases video. It's really history repeating itself. And as they always say, if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. And some people are facing that fact right now, I think. But first thing I noticed on this Royal Rumble card is it's an error. It's upside down. Now, doesn't it drive you nuts? And I don't know if you ever see this when you're searching the Makaris, eBays of the world, whatever out there. People, sellers out there that say, oh, this is an error. It's worth $1,000 because the Royal Rumble sign's upside down. It's not, and it drives me nuts, and you see that a lot in all figure lines. Oh, this is really expensive because of the error. Well, it's not, because most collectors out there want a clean, regular version. It's not like this matters that much. Does the Royal Rumble sign matter that much to people? If you're an on-card collector, you don't want this upside down. You want this the correct way. If you're a loose collector, it doesn't matter either way. That's how I see it. This would be more if it was an actual error where if they put this Rey Mysterio figure in this packaging. That would be an error that means more. Or if he had a different colored mask where it's a chase variant. That means a lot more. But you get a lot of people. I get people in my DMs all the time. I got this Fit Finley figure that has the wrong cloves on it. It's missing the cloves or something. I said, to me, that's worth less. Maybe you guys view that differently, but if it's missing some of the details on the figure, that's an error from the factory. That's a miss to me. I don't want that one because it doesn't mean anything. It's a lesser figure to me. Or the worst ones truly, though, is you would see Rey Mysterio and you'd have a Mr. Anderson background or something like that. Just a simple error from the factory. I just feel like that lessens the collectability. I mean, who is really looking for that? And that's with a lot of these Jakks Ruthless Aggression figures. Is there somebody really out there actively hunting? I'm looking for that Rey Mysterio figure on the Ken Kennedy back, card back. There's not a lot of people that do that. So you got to take that step back sometimes. And people throw it up there on eBay. I guess it never hurts. I mean, if you're not in a hurry to sell it and somebody takes the bait, hey, you win. But I think 9 times out of 10, that doesn't work out so well. And that's just the way I kind of view some of these air figures. But let's take a look at the packaging on this one, the Royal Rumble. Get a little yellowing of the carding here. Very minimal, but I think part of that maybe is the background of the packaging here. The pay-per-view series for the Ruthless Aggression figures were always nice. They were always colorful, different. They really changed up, where Ruthless Aggression sets would stay the same packaging for quite a few sets in a row, then they would mix it up. So I do like this Royal Rumble one. A little bit stone to it, I guess, stone-esque. But it looks very interesting with the Royal Rumble sign upside down. But doesn't bother me. I'm opening this up anyways. You got Rey Mysterio. You got Rey Mysterio glamour shot there. On the back, it says, don't be a punk, get them all. We're promoting the Royal Rumble, HBK, Carlito, Triple H, Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, Rob Van Dam. This Rob Van Dam from this set is a sleeper. I like this RVD. It's one of the best Jakks RVDs out there. Deluxe Aggression, we got the Big Show, my doppelganger, as some say. Big Show, AJ Styles, I get it all. Matt Hardy, Triple H, RVD, John Cena, and Batista. I'm slowly working on a complete Deluxe Aggression set. I don't know how many more I have to get. It's been one of those ones I've been slowly piecing together. As I go through my collection, I'm starting to like the Deluxe Aggressions less and less. The classic ones I love, but these, some of them just don't really do it. I mean, they made so many Mysterios, Mr. Andersons, Batistas. Some are really good, some are just, they are what they are. So the shine is wearing off a little bit, I guess is what I'm trying to say on some of these Deluxe Aggressions. And then we're promoting the big ring down here with the classic superstars. We like that, of course. Gotta love it. And then you got your warnings, all that kind of fun stuff. So let's do it. Let's get old Rey out of the packaging here. And can I get, there we go. There it is. I didn't see, but Rey comes with an accessory. Ooh, there it is. See you later off to the side. There's old Rey in the plastic prison, looking only like he can look. There it is. Pop that out. Pop this out. See you later. That was very yellowed, a lot more yellow than I thought it would be. And what do we come here? We come with Rey's patented cookie sheet. Yes, a cookie sheet. There it is. It's got a face in there. If you can kind of see it in there, he bashed somebody across the face with this cookie sheet. Who do you think he did this to? Yes, the story continues. San Diego Padres, little Rey. Back in the old days, they had concession stands, but not quite like we have now. They would do some deliveries and stuff like that at the San Diego Padres games. They would bring stuff down. You'd kind of order. You'd get in there. You'd do your little paper order. You'd give it to it. Here's your seat and all that. They'd bring you plates of stuff out. And this was a plate full of cookies. And Rey, we all know, loves chocolate chip cookies. He's a chocolate chip guy. I'm a peanut butter guy myself, but I don't turn down a hot chocolate chip cookie. Who would? But peanut butter cookie, there we go. Give it to me. But he ordered a plate for him and his dad, of course. I think Lismark Sr. was also there in the back, if I remember right. I think so, Lismark. But they were bringing down the cookies on this cookie sheet. He was so excited about his chocolate chip cookies. Rey, you know, he's a little kid. You know, little kids, they love baseball, but they get bored. Especially baseball back then, it was a lot longer. Attention spans were better back then, though. But the cookies were coming down and all that. And to Rey's surprise and shock, little Rey had a temper. He had a fiery temper, almost like an older Eddie Guerrero, but he had a temper on him at a young age. He came down there and they served him this cookie tray, and guess what was on there? Oatmeal cookies. Yes, oatmeal, the bane of children's existence. I love me an oatmeal raisin cookie. It reminds me of my grandma. But kids predominantly do not like oatmeal cookies. They classify those as old people cookies. They're young. They want those chocolate chips. They want those M&Ms. And Rey was hot. He was furious. And what he did is he flipped this up and the cookies went everywhere into the sky. He was so mad that he took this. Little Rey, he was like 7, 8 years old. He took this cookie sheet and bam, nailed that convenience server there that was served him the cookies. Hammered him right there. They had to leave. Luckily, Tony Gwynn was there to calm things down for little Rey. And Lismark Sr. was watching back there in horror with his mask on to say, oh my gosh, I can't believe the stories I'm seeing here. Can't believe what I walked into. Just a crazy thing. Crazy day one Sunday San Diego afternoon in the summer. Crazy time, but that's the story of the cookie sheet, so there you go. Now we get down to the figure of Rey, during happier times, of course. Now, we talked about the different Reys over the years. This one is good, too. I do love red and black and white. Pops really well. Between these two, I'm going all day with this black one. I think it just looks meaner. It looks tougher. And if you're a player back then, that's a better playing Rey to me. You get that wide open Rey hand when he was part of the Four Horsemen, apparently. He likes to throw those 4 fingers up. But you got Rey's tattoos, all that. We do got the Eddie Guerrero armband here on the sides. It looks like it says EC, but I think it's supposed to be EG, but boy, it really looks like EC. So I might have missed something. This could have been during his Edge and Christian worship phase. Maybe that's what he was promoting, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be EG, but boy, it sure does look like a C. It really does. And he's got 619 on the forearm. Does he have that here? Yeah, he did. So yeah, we got tattoos. We got a little ribbon work. It's all right. I don't like the small-headed Rey. It always feels kind of like peanut head Reys to me. But it's still a good figure. A lot of good artwork. A lot of good stuff going on. Very much like the white and the black, the red and white here. If you get this one loose, you got to make sure you look out for the 619, as that white is very thin paint. It will flake off. It will dust off. So be alerted to that just in case out there. But good. Like all Rey Mysterios, I'd say, he had the most toyetic figures as a whole in the Ruthless Aggression days. As you can see by these two great stories, 2 great accessories with great stories as well, so you can't beat that. There's a lot to like about these Jakks Ruthless Aggression figures, and especially the Rey Mysterios. But what say you guys? You guys let me know out there in old YouTube land. What are your thoughts on these Reys? What was your favorite Rey? That's a tough one. There's so many, but he's got some really good superhero ones in the Jakks days. There's a lot of different good ones, but let me know your favorite, any stories you know of Rey Mysterio. You know anything about Rey Mysterio and his cookies? You know anything about Rey Mysterio and Tony Gwynn? You chime in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're marching towards 10,000 subscribers, and we'll get there with your help. Yes, you watching the video. Make sure you follow me on social media at SirPaul64, _Kyle_Peterson, Instagram, Pro Wrestling Tees, Kyle Peterson, support the channel. And for Rey Mysterio, Tony Gwynn, and cookies everywhere, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.